What happens when a phone looks amazing on the outside, but the price tag makes everyone hesitate? That's exactly what's happening with Samsung's new Galaxy S25 Edge. At first glance, it had everything people wanted: sleek design, top specs, and the promise of something fresh in a market full of boring upgrades. But now, as more details are coming out, many are wondering if this phone is really worth it. For a while now, big brands like Samsung and Apple have mostly played it safe. Each year, their phones get a bit faster, the cameras improve slightly, and the screens get brighter. But nothing has really stood out. Most of the bold changes, especially in design and camera tech, have been coming from Chinese companies like Vigo and Xiaomi. The problem is, those phones are often hard to find outside Asia. So, when Samsung teased a super thin phone, the S25 Edge, many thought was finally time for something different. The Galaxy S25 Edge was introduced as a thinner and lighter version of the regular S25 Plus. It has a 6.66-inch AMOLED screen with a refresh rate of 120 Hz, powered by the new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip. There's 12 gigabytes of RAM and up to 512 gigabytes of storage. The phone is made with a titanium frame, it's just 6.4 millimeters thick, and weighs only 162 grams. Basically, it looked like Samsung had created a phone that was both powerful and stylish. It also packs a strong camera setup. The main camera has 200 megapixels with optical image stabilization. There's also a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 10 megapixel front-facing camera. The battery is smaller though, at 3,900 mAh and supports 25-watt charging. That's less battery than the S25 Plus, but many users were willing to accept that trade-off in exchange for the lighter, slimmer body. Everything sounded good until the price leaked. In countries like Italy, the 256GB version is showing up at around 1,360 euros, which converts to about 1,100 US dollars. That's around $100 more than the S25 Plus, even though the Edge has a smaller battery and one less camera. And suddenly, the excitement started to fade. People expected something priced reasonably, especially since the thinner body means a few compromises. But Samsung seems to be betting that thinness alone is worth the extra money. That's where the real problem starts. Most users are happy to pay more for useful upgrades, better battery life, extra cameras, or new features. But paying more for a phone that actually has less in some areas doesn't sit well with most buyers. On the other side, Apple might be making a smarter move. Their upcoming iPhone 17 Air is expected to cost around $900. It won't have all the bells and whistles of the Pro Max, but it might include features like a 120 Hz display and a new battery design that lasts longer and charges faster. Apple seems to understand that for a thin phone to succeed, it needs to be affordable enough to make sense. There's also the bigger picture. Tech companies are facing rising costs around the world due to tariffs and supply chain issues, so pricing matters more than ever. Right now, Apple seems to have the better plan, cutting down on features a little but keeping the price at a point where buyers still feel like they're getting value. It's clear the Galaxy S25 Edge isn't a bad phone. It has a lot going for it: sharp display, powerful processor, premium materials, and solid cameras. But none of that matters if the price pushes people away. It's not just about making a good phone, it's about making one that feels like a good deal. Samsung still has time to adjust the price before launch. If they don't, they risk turning the S25 Edge into an example of how even a great-looking device can fall short if it feels overpriced. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on the latest smartphones.